Well, gang, I guess this is part two of my basement built-in series. Part one dropped quite some time ago. Oddly enough, I made both of these around the same time, but my video producer is kind of behind the ball. His wife was pregnant with quadruplets, and so just took him a bit to get to it. But here we are, ready to drop the second video of the series. This is a bench, built-in bench with some drawers. Really enjoyed making this project, all maple, real classy, and hope you enjoy watching the video as much as I enjoy making it. Apparently I skipped filming the drilling of my pocket holes, but you've all seen me do that often enough, so you know how to do it. And I'm ready to assemble the sides of my bench. Oh, there we go. There's a couple of pocket holes for good measure. This is the center support piece for my bench. I measured once and cut twice on this one, and you're seeing the aftermath, but it worked out fine. Gotta put in a couple more supports here. I anticipate a few children and maybe a few adults climbing on this from time to time. Now that the carcass has been made, it's time to create the top part of the bench. This is going to be a panel made of maple wood, and there's really no room for error, so you got to measure 3 or 4 times and hopefully only cut once. I say only cut once, but I suppose it's not what I did. I took my angle gauge, figured out the correct angle to cut the wood at, marked my wood, and then gradually cut it closer and closer to the correct length, so that if I did have to make any slight adjustments to the angle, I could do it without cutting the wood too short until I finally worked my way up to the correct length. It took a little longer this way, but it helped me make sure that I got my piece at the right angle and the right length. It may seem tedious, but it sure beats a wonky looking bench top. Alright, you've heard me say it before. Glue it, cull it, clamp it, screw it. The screws might be an unnecessary step to the process, but when you've got kids jumping on the top of your bench, I'd rather play it safe. And we're just going to scrape off any excess glue before it dries to save ourselves a lot of headaches. And then I'm going to take it out to the garage for some sanding. Sanding not shown in this video. Now that the top and the carcass have been assembled, it's time for the face frames. The face frames are also made out of maple. This bench is going to have 4 fairly large storage drawers on the front of it. And so there's going to be 4 spaces for drawers that I'm making right now. Now I can figure out the alignment of the face frame and start making the drawers in the drawer fronts. I just used a little piece of plywood to figure out where to attach the drawer slides. I made the drawer boxes out of 1/2-inch plywood, again using pocket holes, screws, and glue, and then I just cut a piece of plywood and pocket hole screwed it and nailed it to the bottom of the drawer. Really simple process. Could have made it a little fancier, but trying to keep it simple here. Once I had all the drawer boxes assembled and all the drawer sides in place, I test fit everything, and then I put the drawer bottoms on. Not really sure why I did this. I guess I thought the drawers would be a little bit more pliable and easier to fit this way, but they had to eventually have the bottoms on, so kind of a stupid way of doing it. Wouldn't recommend it, but that's what I did.